What you about to do? I just want to say thank you.
All right,
What you have
yeah,
done,
we are live, we are
what you
live,
are
we are
doing,
live.
what you about to do? I just want to say thank you. You butter my bread, oh, sugar my tea.
We are live tonight. It's a blessing to have my brother tonight, the main boss himself. Kofi, thank you so much for honoring our invitation. God bless you so much. I know you are busy, 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 but thank you for making the time. I really appreciate it. And this is the chat room, a platform dedicated to resolving daily life issues. We talk about everything and anything that will better relationship, marriages, anything that will benefit the community or society as a whole. And so tonight we are talking about what women want. Some people say women are very complicated. Is it true?
All
He
right.
so we know that everybody knows that Ochiabi Kofi has been. I mean, he. I was telling somebody today. I said he's the Godfather, but we want to learn, Kofi. We want to talk because these days the youth. I think some of us are getting it wrong. People are making decisions when it comes to marriage or relationship based on the wrong things. Okay, but before I even let him speak, I'm gonna go ahead and play this one. It should be premiering here soon, this week, I believe. And please listen to this beautiful song whilst you join us tonight. Whilst you bring your question, I'm sure he will be willing to answer whatever question you have. But we are playing our sister's song. Um, look out for it this week. I'm sure we'll put the time and the date, correct date out. But enjoy this one whilst we prepare him to get ready for him to introduce himself. God bless you.
When I least suspected, Father, you do it. Come on, come on, let's go. It's Jesus Christ. What you have done, Lil Shahada Mosha. What you about to do? I just want to say thank you. What you have done, what you are doing, what you about to do? I just want to say thank you. Mahado Shahada
What you have done,
what you are doing, what you about to do? I just want to say thank you. For what you have done, what you are doing, what you about to do? I just want to say thank you. You butter my bread, oh, sugar my tea. When I least suspected, Father, you do it for me. When I worry, when I fret, you have a way, you turn it into a testimony. When they see me, they see you lose. You see a winner with you in my life. I am a conqueror. Took me from grass to grace. So I give you praise. I will worship and thank you all of my days. For what you have done, what you are doing, what you about to do. I just want to say thank you. For what you have done, what you've done.
Wow, the song says when they see me, they see a loser, but when you see me, you see a winner. Well, please, please, please get ready for this one. I believe that is a beautiful one. Listening to this little piece already. Without wasting much time, Kofi, please, 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 can you introduce yourself for us?
Okay. Good evening, everybody, and it's a privilege to be called upon to do this duty. And Lady Mary, we've been friends since I was in America,
Yes.
and even when I came back to Ghana. If it wasn't for certain things, then certain things would have happened. But I'm
Yeah,
joking. I'm joking.
I know you're joking. I was gonna say somebody would say, "Oh, let's go talk to Stay," but I know she knows how you are. It's just funny, but go ahead.
I know. Okay, so I'm an ace broadcaster. Basically, I'm a media person. I've done media for about 26 years. I'm a father. I am a musician before everything else or anything else. I have 3 kids. That's 2 girls and a very handsome fat boy like myself. Then I'm married. I've been married for 17 years and
Beautiful.
still counting. Not been an easy journey, but we bless the Lord for mercies. It doesn't make me an expert in any way, but I can only share experiences.
Yes.
And then I own a company, a media company called M Clan Media Productions. And we do a lot of communications for companies, both in Ghana and Africa. And we've been running that. I've been running that for also almost about 15 years. So my life is about communication, basically. Taking information from one place, getting it to the other place, getting the call to action, and making sure that I get results. That's my life, basically.
Thank you so much. As I said, he's busy, 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 but he made the time for us tonight, and so I am excited. All right, so we're not wasting much time. What women want. As I stated earlier, again, my name is Lady Mary, your host in the chat room. I don't know if I'm the only one excited, okay, but this is an interesting topic. What women want. Some people are saying, you hear people say, Sebe, or excuse me to say, Mape for, those kind of comments. Mape sika, Mape die abing. Women like, something that is already made. They don't like to suffer. So we want to look along that line. Now, in towing that line, what are some of the things that it can lead us into? Okay. I know someone who said they are not willing to date a man who is not already in the corporate world. The man has to already be there in order for her to accept such man. Um, are women complicated?
You hit the nail spot on. Yes, emphatically. Women are made not to be understood.
Mm,
Women are made to be loved.
we are made to be loved.
You are not expected to understand a woman. The
Okay.
complication of a woman is like the complication of God. Immediately you understand God, he doesn't, he ceases to be God.
Please.
And that's how it is. Now, in the nature of women, according to the scripture, when I quote the scripture here, then I will actually be believing that we have a bunch of believers
Mm,
who understand the Bible and has made it their standard.
right.
If anybody belongs to any other religion, and for that matter, does not kowtow to the order of the Bible, then I beg to differ on that.
Sure.
I'm saying this because we're talking to a larger audience.
Mm,
Now, according to the Bible, you see that God at the point actually makes an instruction directly. He says,
mm,
uh, "Man, love your wife," and the
mm,
instruction to the woman was to revere the husband. Do you understand? So women are made to be taken care of and not understood. Now, when you love somebody, it is not the mind the gutter period. It is not taking the woman by hand and taking them to the restaurant and all the happy moments. No. Love actually exists in the absence of the comfort.
mm,
So if you actually look at God's love for man, it's much more deeper. It becomes indelible when man sinned against God. That is when he found a reason to salvage man and therefore Christ.
yeah.
So basically, woman with hair complications is meant to be loved irrespective. Love me, love my dog. Love
Mm,
me, love my crap. Love me, love my bickering. Love my. Uh, I don't want to use words. I see a lot of women.
everything.
Love me. This is the way I am. You don't have to make an exception to the rule. You love me just the way I am. That's so. My attitude when it comes to dealing with the
Mm,
fine creature called woman is basically to adjust and not to expect a change. when you want to change a woman, you're in for a lifetime trouble. But
Mm,
if you begin to adjust to
mm.
meet the woman on an equilibrium, on a level, then we are playing, and there'll be a lot more peace, there'll be a lot more understanding, and then you can always find a way to forge forward.
Somebody just sent a text message. It said, is he trying to say that, does that mean that you have to give a woman whatever they ask you for? Someone is asking a question.
You see, I'm going to make a reference to the Bible again. I'm going to look for the verse and share. It said that I have given you women and you live with them with intelligence.
Mm,
Momfanya sa ene omontna. Do you
yeah,
understand?
yeah.
It took me a long time for me to come to the realization that women, immediately you marry them and then they come to live with you, they actually replace the father figure in their lives. And you, the husband, becomes a father figure until you prove otherwise.
Yeah.
So every woman who has actually lived in a home where
Mm,
both parents were together and everything has expectations, and the duties of the father is expected of you.
mm,
What I say. So they will come in with a lot of demands
mm,
based on the model that they grew up with, the
mm,
model that they know.
mm-hmm,
But then it will take wisdom on the part of the man to say that, listen, this is how your father used to do it. This is me. We started a new family. This is a new kingdom. I'm the king, you're the queen. We write the constitution. We cannot copy a constitution. Then we are not being original.
mm,
So even though your want is this or your need will be this is why we cannot have this at this time or at that time, or we cannot have it at all. So with intelligence and wisdom, you actually deal
mm.
with your family.
Wow. Somebody just sent another a message on WhatsApp. I just want to say that please, if you're just joining us, please share, share, share. We're talking about what women want, and the conversation is already getting heated. She has a question. She said, Lady Mary, please ask Kofi for me. I have been dating my guy for 2 years, but he has not been responsible in terms of providing certain basic necessities. I am at the verge of wanting to leave. What is his take on that?
Well, it's all the promises that were made in the first place, the expectation that
Expectations.
he actually used to get into the relationship,
Hmm.
and acceptance at what level and all of that. If the man promised her A, B, C, D, and E, then it means the agreement of me being with you is based on the things that you said to me. And
Yeah.
therefore, it is right for her to expect those things because
Mm.
if it wasn't for those reasons,
She
then
wouldn't
probably
have.
she wouldn't be
Mm.
there. Because
Mm.
she has her expectations. She knows the kind of man that she wants. She knows the kind of things that she wants from a relationship. And if she
Mm.
spelled it out in the beginning and the man accepted, then it is upon the man to deliver. Or there's a breach of agreement, there's a breach of contract, and therefore she can do as she pleases. And let's not forget that it's dating, it's not marriage.
Mm.
You are at liberty to try as many men as you want, minus sex
Yeah.
or sex. It all depends on you.
Yeah.
So if you feel like if a man promises you A, B, C, D, and then you decide to actually give him a try, and then he's not giving up those
Going.
things, that's your indication right there that this one talks and doesn't do. So if you're looking for a man who talks and do, then he is not the one. That's why you are searching. So it will be okay for her to move on. Why would she want to be there? You don't try to change people. People
Mm.
cannot change people. It is only the Holy Spirit of God that changes
It
people.
changes.
You can't take a drunkard and make him clean and say that I'll keep him clean. You can't.
So what if his case is he may have made the promises, but now he cannot fulfill them based on certain situations? Could this young lady not decide to stay? Perhaps maybe things can change.
Okay. It depends on the individual. like you said in your introduction, certain women just want it ready to go. Others don't mind
Yeah.
to join the production process, the cooking process. They be against Abenwa. You get my point. In this case, the lady is saying that I am ready to go. You told me you were going to give me X. I don't care
It's
what
not
happened.
happening.
You have not delivered on your promise, and therefore I cannot be with you. She will be justified to walk out.
To leave.
Or she could be considerate and say that, well, man projects and God, disposes. So probably one or two happen. Let me watch him based on probably one or two that he has also shown that there's potential, and she could consider that. But if it's based primarily on the promises, then if it's not delivered, there's a breach of contract.
Somebody has sent a text message. It says, I want to ask this. Do you think it is advisable to go after someone who don't want you? I mean, I guess hoping that maybe one day they will give in. I guess that's what the question is. Go ahead.
Listen, you can only be sure about your emotions and not that of the other person. You have no control whatsoever of the other person. They are their own individual. They make their decisions. They are unique in their own way. They have their choices. They will choose whoever and whatever at whatever time plays. You cannot say, I am chasing this person and I'm giving them reason to love me. Listen, to be on the safer side, you have to always settle with the people who love you, not the people you love. You are sure of what your emotion is. You're not sure about what their emotions are. If you settle for people who have gone beyond the height, the length, the breadth, to prove to you that I want to be with you, you can always adjust yourself and be receptive of those people. And 90% of the time, it works.
Okay.
Than you going all crazy. I love him, I love him, I love her, I love her. If she doesn't marry me, I'll kill myself. Go and kill yourself. The world is overpopulated anyway.
Please, that was just by the way. He's not asking you to really go and kill yourself. He's just giving you a warning to run for your life, okay?
Yeah, I know. People living in America. I know. I'm joking,
Okay. So please, that's your answer there. You don't force yourself on people, and people are at the liberty to do whatsoever they want.
In actual fact, the greatest they could ever do for you is to tell you the truth by telling you that I don't want you. They have
Okay.
done the biggest favor ever. Take that and run.
Saves you.
Yes, and when people tell you who they truly are, please accept it.
Yeah.
Don't try to second guess it or try to think for them, oh, he didn't mean that. She didn't mean that. She said it based on the conversation. Please, if the person tell you, wouldn't need me on, made me a battle, please take that.
Take it.
They mean it. Mean it.
Based on what you just said, let's look at people. Because somebody made a comment and said some women like men who beats them. I don't like that type of man. So minus me and hopefully some other women. But I want to think that is psychological. Anna, can we go into it? What is the sense of me wanting someone who beats me? Like, what is it? Is there a magic to it?
Well, I think I spoke to the youth session of a church, and this particular thing came up where a girl was saying that the only way she feels that she can be corrected is when the person she's with actually stretches out
Hey.
and hits her, and that is the only communication she seemed to
Wow.
understand because that's the way she was brought up. The father wouldn't use
Oh.
father will always use a belt to correct her. So if a man is not doing that, remember from the beginning I said the father figure
Yes.
plays a big role in who the
Mm-hmm.
woman becomes. I thought it was really crazy for her to have said that. I've also heard other people saying that, you know what, um, men make passes at me a lot, and I have a spot, like a soft spot for them, and I
Mm.
can tell them off immediately. They make
Yeah.
these. So what I want you to do, this is the lady talking to the boyfriend. What I
Okay.
want you to do is every time you see me standing with another guy, come and hit me.
Wait, what?
Yeah, this is
That sounds
somebody.
like a movie.
Come hit me, attack me in the presence of the person. That's the only way I will get it. Those are the extremes, but there are people like that. Bismarck, hello, how are you? Thank you, welcome. Um, it's crazy. It's not the best. I don't know why any woman would say that. In my case, I like to be violated. That's a bunch of crass, if you ask me.
Mm.
You're supposed to be treated delicately, beautifully,
Mm.
handled, spoken to, spoken with, you know, deliberate with. You are not supposed to be a punch bag. If a man does not see you,
Mm.
the light that I just shed, and feels like it's only a punch, that will communicate his emotions to you.
Mm.
You are not in a relationship. You are in a banter.
Mm.
It's two different things. I don't know why you want somebody to hit you to feel corrected.
Before you feel loved.
People, listen, people must realize that where there is love, hate
Mm.
can never
Right.
exist.
Yes.
Where there is love, violence can never exist. I've come to understand a few people that I've spoken to through the years.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them have invested so much time. They have invested so much money.
Mm.
They've invested their life. And therefore, it becomes a little difficult for them to just
To
up
leave.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
so they consider that if I stay, it will get better.
Mm-hmm.
And it's resulted in death,
Yeah.
in permanent damage. There's a case that we treated on Restoration with Stacy
Okay.
of, this lady whose boyfriend actually poured acid on her face. The target was the face, but she turned when the acid
Nice. Mm.
poured. So her scalp to one of her ears,
Damaged. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
everything just
I think I
melted
saw
away.
that one.
Yeah. And we raised the money, almost 40,000 to about 50,000 to
Mm.
get constructive surgery. It is a situation like this. The boy was abusive. She was told to get out of the relationship. The minute that she accepted and walked away, the guy felt threatened, and
Mm-hmm.
the result was the acid thing. Maybe if she left earlier,
It would have saved. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't have
that's,
done it that bad.
I don't know what your reason will be, but I think you cannot think so less of yourself. You have to put a price on yourself,
The price
and
on yourself.
yes, and know that you are worth much more. You're way better than to submit to some crazy nonsense. I don't know what would make me hit a woman, but
Hmm.
nah.
Someone has a question. It says, my question is it good to tell your woman or man everything about you? Everything like in your past, I guess?
Nope.
Kofi, what would be your reason? Does it create all kinds of, kind of worm, or what does it do?
It's on a need to know basis.
Okay.
Why are you going to spill the beans?
So when they haven't asked, you don't tell. Is that what it
Thank
is?
you.
Or even when they've asked, you don't talk about it?
And when you tell, is it going to contribute to the better of the
Right.
relationship, or is
Yeah.
it going to contribute to the worst of it?
Yeah.
What you don't know cannot hurt you.
Hurt you. That's right. Yeah.
Need to know basis, unless it becomes extremely necessary. Because when you share that information, it's actually going to make your relationship stand. Oh, yes.
Mm.
I'll yes it for you to go ahead. But you don't come out of yourself and
Yeah.
talk to your current man, the man who paid your bride price and is married to you, and
Mm-hmm.
discuss the positions of your previous relationship. Men are much more jealous than women.
Mm.
Immediately you tell a man that you've given him a challenge. If he feels like he's not living up to that challenge, his fear becomes he will go back to that guy.
Mm.
Now he's angry,
Yeah.
and you begin to
Wow.
suffer in the relationship. Don't.
Don't.
This is what a guy used to do to me. We used to go here and we used to do this. And then we did that and we did that. And we did X and we did. It's not necessary. Nobody. What do you expect the guy to do with
To
that
get out
information?
of it. Yeah.
It's only immature men that will even ask you, how many guys have you been with? Stupidity. What are you going to do with that information? And
Yeah.
if you come forth with that information, how do you expect them to actually look at you, respect you,
Yeah.
disrespect you?
They'll end up having a different feeling altogether about you. The
That's
love
what
might not be the same. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So on a need to know basis, the guy is pestering you. The guy is actually getting closer to your husband because he wants to get back with you and probably wants to take the husband out.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can sit him down and tell him, listen, I
Mm-hmm.
used to go with this dude. He's becoming your friend. Cut it out.
Mm.
You see, now it's
Mm-hmm.
become an information which is great for your relationship. Even that you don't give detail.
Mm.
And you
Someone have a
don't,
question for you.
yeah.
It says, Lady Mary, as for me, I love pampering and I cannot be with a man who cannot, I love attention, sorry, and I cannot be with a man who does not give me attention. If he gives me an attitude, I would also give him an attitude. If he gives me attention, I'll also give him attention. What is his take on it?
No, that my take will be you're actually on the wrong path.
On the wrong path. Okay.
Why do I say that? You see, in my earlier submission, I said that you don't try to change people, you adjust the level.
Yeah.
In marriage, I'm talking marriage, not
Marriage.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
But I think it applies in every kind of relationship because
Relationship.
if you are fiancéing and doing all this, you are preparing yourself for the altar. So
Yes.
it also applies. You have to be the strength of the person in their weakness,
Hmm.
and they have to become your strength
I
in
like that.
your. So when the person is messing up, and you say you love the person, that is the time you show the love. It is not when everything is all right.
Hmm.
You only are able to love somebody in their lowest moments.
Hmm.
When everybody turns their back on them because they have done their worst, that is the only time you can show them love
Hmm.
and say, I, irrespective of who you are, love you.
Hmm.
And I'm stand with you. Because Christ didn't love us because we were perfect.
Right.
He loved us because we are sinners. So when he shows you so much negativity, this is the patience that is required in a marriage. That
Hmm.
your counselors will tell you that you
Yeah.
have to be patient. That is when you keep your cool. I'm not saying be stupid. I'm
Right.
saying be patient. So you keep your cool. You try to understand them. You become their strength. And you have to know the person you are with. I seriously, I do not believe in marriage counseling and
Hmm.
all these things because no two marriages are the
Are the
same.
same. Yeah.
Everyone has his own blueprint.
True.
It has its own characteristics, its own way.
Mm.
Yeah. So you always have to know this is the man I'm with.
Mm.
Siri, keep quiet. I'm not talking to you. Okay. So you have to understand who you are with.
Mm.
What are they temperamental?
Mm.
How do they have conversations? Are
Mm.
they the quiet type? When they become quiet, maybe they have a line of thought. When you
Mm.
keep interrupting them, they burst out.
Mm-hmm.
So when they become quiet, you have to know how to get into their space and all of that. That is not being stupid at all. That is knowing your man and adjusting so there will be peace, there will be balance. And
Mm.
trust you me, there are things about you that you also need help with. And that person must also be ready to learn. You
Hmm.
see, when two people come together, it's two different rough edges
Mm-hmm.
rubbing against each other. It's like metals.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a while for it to find its smoothness level. Until then, you will rub off against each other. I keep saying that relationship without misunderstandings and disagreements
Yeah.
is it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's those
Learn through those things too. Mm.
disagreements that shape the relationship. So when you're able to pass all of that, then you become a brother and sister. Then your living becomes easy. So when you go to elderly people who are still married, when you go into their space, their house, that wife
Mm-hmm.
will just bust or something, and the man will be quiet and say, "Give her time." Yes, I'm not told them in 5 minutes. She'll come back.
Yeah. Somebody has
Yeah,
a question for you, but
yeah.
finish up and then I'll ask for her.
Yeah, I think I'm done with that one. So she should learn to understand you don't get angry when he gets angry, and you don't throw a fist when he throws one at you. No, you have to learn.
There's a message on WhatsApp. It says, so I believe that Ochami Kofi is right. I was in a relationship with a guy when he actually asked me about my past. The moment I told him about all of my past, he refused to pick my call, and that was the end of the relationship. So, Lady Mary, please ask him at that point when they are asking about your past, what do you do?
When they are asking about your past, you ask them what they need that
They need it
information.
for. Okay, so you don't think they're going to take it as maybe you're hiding something from them, or I
You see, relationship is built on trust, and the
so if you don't
foundation
trust
of
me,
every relationship is the trust. The fact that you didn't know anything about me and you liked me, what happened to that?
yeah,
Why do you need another reason to
or
like?
change. Mm-hmm.
What
I
has my
like that.
past got to do with anything?
Yeah.
Everybody in the church, as we speak, has a fault.
Mm-hmm.
The church is God's fitting shop. The pastor is the master of the fitting shop, and God is the owner of that fitting shop. Everybody that has found a reason to enter church has accepted that, yes, we are faulty.
Mm.
You get my point?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody has a fault.
Hmm.
There's something in my years walking with God that I've come to understand that God will never, if even He gives you the gift of hearing and revelation, God never reveals
Come
the
on.
secret of your spouse.
Yeah.
You know how many times I've prayed for God to show me Stacy's no. He will not do that. He doesn't. And if it's critical that he will communicate to her about something about her life, he will use another person who also has a gift
Yeah.
of revelation to talk to her in your absence. So if God, the Almighty, the Creator, actually works this way, how much more we, the humans?
Okay.
When they
There's
are
a
asking
Go ahead.
you,
Mm-hmm.
why you cannot trust me the way I am anymore?
Then there can't be a relationship.
If you cannot trust me and you're looking for my past, well,
Mm.
there's no past.
Mm. Wow.
But you are not a virgin. Yes, I got broken by mistake.
That's it. You're done. Simple answer. Someone has a question.
All right.
Okay, so I am in a relationship where everything seems to be going fine. There are certain things that I would love to do, but each time I try, he limits me from doing that which I love to do. What do I do?
You have no business with that person. They don't support your vision. They don't
Mm,
understand your purpose. We are here. You see, people say that God has given us our will. I say He hasn't.
mm,
God finishes before He starts. You were created for a purpose. You were created for a reason. That reason will never leave you.
mm,
We are kingdom people living in a system, and that's
mm,
our confusion. Our certificates, our degrees is clouding the purpose for which we were created. This is
mm.
why people are sitting in the back and all they're doing is singing.
Yeah.
This is why footballers are not making any headway because, in actual fact, they were made to be carpenters, but their
Mm.
parents pointed them in other direction.
Something else.
There's nothing so beautiful in this world than having somebody who understands you, who
Mm.
understands your vision. That is why industry people always end up marrying, except for the law. It's very unhealthy for a lawyer to marry a lawyer. The house will be full of articles.
Everybody know their rights.
They know they are
Everybody
right.
knows the laws,
I,
the
I
law.
put it to you. I put it to evidence A and B. Do you understand? If your man that you are going to live the rest of your life with
Mm,
does not support your life dreams, you
mm,
are in for trouble. You are selling your happiness, you are
mm,
selling your joy. There won't be a turnaround. It will crash at the end of the day. You will give up on yourself. You will live a life which
mm,
is so unfulfilling.
mm,
It will, after the long run, in the long run, is going to become hate for the person.
mm. So what if someone is already in marriage and they're facing that?
And then they didn't do their homework well because in the
Mm,
court, in the beginning stages, these are the questions you ladies are supposed to be
mm.
asked, not iPhone 12 Pro Max and stuff. But that makes the relationship beautiful, though. The
The
video quality,
iPhone, the iPhone makes it beautiful.
yeah, and the video quality when we become distanced, and it's nice, and the audio, everything becomes nice.
Yeah, I
But
saw you. I saw your Christmas gift to it was a Christmas or birthday gift to stay. So I
so basically, you,
wow.
you you need to ask the right questions
Ask
in the
question.
initial stages. That this
Mm,
is what I'm about.
mm,
When I wake up in the morning. I love to bake. I love to make all these pastries. I think later on in my life, I have a job because I want to take that money to fulfill my vision of
mm-hmm.
becoming a baker.
Yeah.
That at the end of the day, maybe someday, sometime, I want to own a confectionery. I
Mm-hmm.
want to do this. I want to be making biscuits for people. But now I'm working in the bank just so I can put body and soul together.
Together. Mm,
So you met on that corporate level,
mm,
and that guy probably also believes that the wife should always be in pencil heels, should be dressed smart, sharp
mm,
make, looking good. He's
yeah.
not looking at a lady who will end up in the kitchen and
Mm,
always sweating and stuff like that. And if you don't ask the right questions, and then just because he saw you in the vision that he has created for himself, and
mm,
you fall prey to that, then you have sold out on your life vision,
mm.
and it will be worrisome.
So if somebody's already in such marriage, then they're stuck because marriage is for better or for worse. So they should probably just find a different kind of hobby or something.
You cannot find a different kind of. You are pre-wired. That's why I'm saying that
Mm,
you You, as you
Mm-hmm.
sit there,
Yeah.
you're not for yourself.
Right.
You belong to a manufacturer.
Mm.
You are programmed to perform a function. And when you wake up in the morning, that thing is inside you. You cannot run from it.
That's right.
No matter what you do,
Mm.
it chases you.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, you are not
You're
satisfied.
not satisfied.
And that thing will keep going at you. It will keep going at you.
Mm.
And it becomes the impediment, the stumbling block. You keep going at them. You keep going at them.
Mm.
So there's no peace in the relationship. You don't respect me. You don't listen to me. This
Mm.
biscuits, sir, sir, toffee, and if I saw them, they don't understand that it's,
Yeah. Yeah.
they don't.
Yeah. Feel like it's waste of time. You're not making any money out of it. So what's the purpose? But then when I get what you're saying. When you love
Money
something,
out of it. You
yeah,
know, every man sees their partner in a certain kind of light.
yeah,
That is why I will marry a waist 24, bust 36
mhm,
kind of girl, and they will give birth and become waist 38, 40, and
yeah,
probably bust 30, and the relationship terms begin to change
mm,
because at the point when I wanted to choose a wife, if they put you there in your current state, I wouldn't have
mhm,
chosen.
yeah,
So now I'm married to somebody completely different. So in a man's eye, a man has a vision of the kind of woman that he is looking for.
mm,
And if you don't fit the spec,
it's not gonna
it
work.
becomes a problem. So ask the right questions from the onset. Maybe you say I'm Tio.
Yeah,
I I am that beautiful lady behind the computer at the bank. But when you come home, I'm the same person, Chin Banku in a
mhm,
pot. I can be this today and be like that the next day.
tomorrow.
If they want you for who you are, so be it.
I think that we should be honest too. These days, like you said, people are in women. We're going into relationship for wrong reasons. I mean, can you afford my Brazilian or whatever hair, my heels, the red buttons, this iPhone, this? And I think life is more. There's more to life than just these things. Like he said, yes, it make the relationship beautiful, but it's a long journey, and those things might not even sustain that journey. Okay. So even if you are married to a man who is making more six figures or whatnot, things can happen. Situations happen where people can lose their jobs. So when that provision is not coming forth, then what next? That would that change your love? Would that change your affection and whatnot for the man? Somebody said, "So Kofi, what exactly do women want in marriage?" Akorɔkorɔ obi si sika kakra, nyansa kakra, ɔmpɛ hia, ohia deɛ out minus. So what exactly do women want in marriage? Somebody's asking.
I agree with the person saying, a relationship must be balanced.
Mm,
Okay. What a woman wants in marriage is security, peace of mind, responsibility,
please, are you people taking note? Thank you. Please go ahead.
availability of everything that they want, and responding to classes, society, and meeting the expectations of society. And these are basic for we as humans. It will marvel you to know that these things that the women want, men also want.
Mm,
It just so happens that it doesn't pan out 90% of the time because of ABC. Like you said, the projections are there. We can propose, but it's only God that disposes.
yeah.
You understand? Your efforts and everything could go in, and the results could be different as compared to what probably you would expect.
Wow.
You get my point?
Yeah.
I believe that a woman's main thing with a man, luxury is an add on. If they can get what they will eat, if they can get what they will wear, for society to accept them, if they are taken care of, I'm talking needs on every
Needs.
level,
Yeah.
bedroom needs, social needs, and all of the needs. I think a woman is fine that way.
With that.
In our modern setting, yes, because women have invested in men and the end results
Yeah.
has always not been what was expected,
Yeah.
because in as much as there are crazy women, there are equally stupid men. So it becomes difficult to determine what exactly is
Yeah.
the point. But you look at your case in isolation. You set, you set your standards. I said, with Makachi and Crawford, let me say it again. God does not give a wife, and God does not give a husband. You choose a wife, you choose a husband, and God, in parentheses, I am speaking, will bless it.
Blessed.
Hmm? In choosing, you are making sure your security is intact, your peace of mind is intact, your availability is intact, the responsibility is intact on both sides. Always remember this as a woman. Whatever you demand, be ready to give.
Wow.
You want peace, give peace. You love, you'll be loved. You give security, you will receive
Receive
security.
it.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Amazing. Okay. I don't know if anybody else have a question. There's a lot of people actually watching live and then listening on the radio station. I just want to acknowledge you all for tuning in. I pray that those that are not married are taking notes. Um, wow. What will be your final words? We are ending. We have 9 minutes, but I want us to talk about Salasi's thing, if that's okay with you.
That's fine.
So, what would be your advice? Okay, so let me throw this in. A gentleman reached out to me and said that he wants to get each time he dates a young somebody, a woman, they leave him because of his financial instability. Okay, he finally met someone. He loved her. He wants to marry her, but he said that he's only able to afford like the traditional demands, like the diary and all of that, and then the clothing for the woman to wear. He cannot afford a ring. Now his idea is he's thinking, looking at his condition, they can probably just weave something with a cloth, or no, not, he didn't use the word cloth. He said a thread, make something out, and the lady can use it as a ring. Some people are thinking that he is crazy. Do you think, what do you think? And do you think that he is just not ready for marriage, or he's just not met the right person who will accept him for whom he is?
He wants to create a new world, make new rules, and find his own people to live in it. He sounds like a culturalist, somebody who is natural, who doesn't buy into the classes, society and its norms and what is expected. He, I believe, also believe that marriage is not about what you put on your finger. Like a book I wrote when I was 16, Rings Don't Marry. That is what I think he is driving at. He could be right, could be. In actual fact, even in our society, I think marriage has been looked at in the very wrong windows. First off, we adapted the marriage practices of the colonial master, and we are trying to marry that with what is our culture and our tradition. So in the morning, we'll go and perform what is required of us. traditionally, and later on in the day, we will do what the slave master says. That's pretty crazy. But the underlying factor here is, you see, in Ghana, there are three types of marriages: the Mohammedan marriage, the Christian marriage, and then civil. Okay. No, there's the Mohammedan, the traditional, the civil. There's nothing like Christian marriage. Do you understand? The civil is the thing that says that once you've picked one woman, you are making the solemn vow that you will not look at another woman. And they actually put a ring on your hand as a handcuff, and then we too will take it. and we lock ourselves in. That is civil. Traditional is when you go to pay the dowry, the bride price, and you fraternize with our contest and everything, they accept you into the family. That alone is marriage enough, but it's monogamous. No, that marriage is actually polygamous. In that marriage setting, you can actually marry another by law. It's a polygamous marriage. So people think they are being smart, so they'll perform that, and then they will come and go to, let's say, KMA or AMA, the Metropolitan Assembly. They go sign certificate and put law on it that restricts the man. But immediately you do that, let me use the opportunity to educate people. You annul the traditional marriage. Immediately you sign a paper in court. Your traditional marriage, the ceremony, the food you ate, the money you paid, all becomes bogus.
Really?
If there's a
It's
problem
void.
with the marriage, it's void. If there's a problem in the marriage, your Penny has no right. It becomes the right of the court to settle your matter.
Yeah.
Now you have actually accepted, legalized the PNDC law 110 and everything that comes with it. When would they make it?
Yeah.
And people, it's about time, because when you perform both ceremonies, it becomes too expensive and it doesn't contribute anything to the marriage.
It's true.
So my guy here is saying that I don't want all the fancy dress. I don't want all the fanciness of it. I just want to respectfully take my wife, parents, and live a life that's worth it. I don't want to cook rice and fried chicken for people to come and eat in my name and play loud music and go home and be angry at my wife because I owe money. It doesn't make sense in any way. It doesn't.
Wow.
But he should rather look at what is required as a bride price for a woman that he can afford and buy into that tradition or culture. I believe that you will equally find a woman who doesn't also fancy all these plenty things. And that is where you see now you have met your match. You have met somebody who thinks the way you think, understands your visions, understands your reasoning. So there's a click right there.
Wow, I like that. Thank you for coming. It's 1 hour already. Can you believe it? But I still want us to talk about Salasis real quick. But before then, what will be your final words for a young man that is desiring to be in a relationship? What should he have ready before even approaching this a said woman?
I believe a man's age to settle down when we are talking about readiness is 30.
30.
Well, I did that. It worked for me. So
Right.
I will trumpet that for other men. You see, before 30, you prepare. It's a journey. You have to prepare and understand what you are going for. That big day, you need to save money. You need to do your homework in choosing the right person. It's become like that. It's inevitable. Society expects it unless you choose not to go through the process.
Hmm.
Have a business, of course. Get your education, but have a business.
Hmm.
Hmm?
Have something of your own.
Make a constant stream
Hmm.
of money happen in your life. If you
Hmm.
don't find a reason to make money whilst you're sleeping, then you don't find a reason to live well at all. When you close your eyes and sleep, something must be working for you.
Hmm.
If you want your wife to respect you,
Hmm.
to be there, to love you, to revere you, listen to me. Get your education. I ain't mad at that. But get a stream where you make money. Money is the only thing that compares to God.
Hmm.
People misquote something in the Bible, and sometimes it saddens my heart. It said that money
Money is
is the root
everything.
of all evil. The Bible never wrote it anywhere. The love of money
Love
is
of money.
of evil. Then you have not loved God. You are loving what
Yeah.
compares to God.
God.
Money itself cannot give life, but can buy life,
Hmm.
can extend your life. It gives you power. It gives you respect. This world is a money well. Look for some, my boy.
Hmm.
If you're not ready, leave it alone. You don't want problems.
Hmm.
Until you are ready, do not take on the responsibility. Do not take on the responsibility because it's a big
Hmm.
responsibility to go to Mr. Samuel's house and say, "Give me your daughter. From today going, I take charge."
I take charge.
When she needs whatever you have done for the years that she's been with you, I am now going to take charge. I'll be the one to do all. Give me a minute. What did I press? Okay, sorry about that. My computer
That's all
misplaced.
right.
Okay, be ready. And if possible, buy a land before you say I do.
Wow. You heard it. So the thread ring thing, it's out of the question, I guess. So you
That's why I said with that one, he's probably creating a new culture.
innovation.
Tradition. Yes, it's an innovation. He feels, yeah, the ring, whether it's gold, silver, diamond, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If Kim Kardashian is leaving, brother, what's his name, uh, Kanye West, then
Okay.
you can say that, well, money is not
It's
everything
not
there.
everything. Yeah.
Yes, and if Adebayo's
Yeah.
girlfriend has the reason to cheat, then you
Mm.
realize that women are looking for something more than you
Yeah.
being famous and you providing. So
Sure.
it's bits and pieces of everything. Like I mentioned earlier,
Mm-hmm.
purity, the availability, the because I could give you money, I could give
Right.
you everything, but you will not have access to me the whole
Yeah.
year. What are
Right.
you using those things for? So I
Yeah.
need to be available for your use
Yeah.
when the need arises. So stuff like that, all encapsulated, actually makes up the thing well.
Thank you so much. Stay tuned. I want you to listen to this one and then please stay on as we put the dates and the time on. 1 second. We'll be right with you.
Sure.
All right. Let me play this real quick. Mute your guest. All right. Okay, why am I mute? It's not allowing me to unmute. If you can hear me, let's talk about it real quick. I'll still try to play it. But can we talk about it? Can we still talk about it?
Yeah, Selassie Brown is an artist. I have a music label
Mm-hmm.
under my M Clan, yes. Same label that recorded Della, recorded Ophelia Nyantuchi, who is now Abna Sewa Ophelia, same label.
Yeah.
That also records my daughter, Callista, Music GH, Beyonce, yes, which is Kali Star now, and then, of course, Effie Beyonce. So, this is the third single that we've worked for her. The first one, Jesus is the Name. Second was A Fatal. And this one is Thank You, which I had to put my face in there. It's not easy building a new artist.
I was wondering. I sent you a message. I said, "Why didn't you put your face in there?" I think
And
is this the video you're talking about? There is one here. I think it's a beautiful one. I still want to play that. Is this the
Hallelujah. Name above. Jesus, girl. King of kings, a Lord of lords. I left your name above it all. On the mountains, in the valleys. Jesus is the name that I call. King of kings, a Lord of lords. I left your name above it all. On the mountains, in the valleys. Jesus is the name that I call. Every day I know the troubles would show. Obstacles would try to stop my flow. Bows and arrows and even despair. I am made of spirit, I cannot fear. He that lives in me is greater than who is in the world. And he has given me the greatest weapon in the world.
Is that the one you're talking about? It's a
yeah,
beautiful one.
that was her first single ever.
Oh, so you did that one too.
Yeah, that was about 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
it's a beautiful one.
last year we released the Fatal. Now, unfortunately, I've not done the video for that, so you can show it.
I don't know why. Go ahead. Please go ahead.
And then this year we just released the Thank You, the audio, and the video is actually set to premiere Friday, like 12 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's Friday, 12 Ghana time?
Yeah, Ghana time. It's
Okay.
going to go live on M Clan Music's YouTube page.
Okay.
Yeah, but people can actually watch the premiere.
Okay.
When I'm done with you is when I'm going to do the upload, actually.
Okay, yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah,
Okay, so please look out for it. 25th, that's Friday.
Friday 25th, yes.
12 p.m., 12 noon Ghana
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So that will probably be in the morning here,
Yeah.
our time. I believe 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please let's come on and support. I'm going to try to play the music again. What will be your final words for us, please? Thank you so much.
Keep loving, be lovely, stay out of trouble. I love you, but God love you better.
Oh, thank you so much. And please stay away from iPhone 13 Pro. Thank you so much for coming, Kofi. I really
You're
appreciate you. Thank you. Greetings to everyone for me. God bless you.
You're welcome. You take care.
Okay.
Bye, bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
On the mountains, in the valleys, Jesus is the name that I call. King of kings, a Lord of lords, I'll let your name above it all. On the mountains, in the valleys, Jesus is the name that I call. Every day I know the troubles would show, obstacles would try to stop my flow. Bows and arrows and even despair, I am made of spirit, I cannot fear. He that lives in me is greater than who is in the world, and he has given me the greatest weapon in the world. King of kings, the Lord of lords, I lift your name above it all. Above it all, Jesus. In the valley, you were. Jesus is the name that I call. Jesus is the name I call. The Lord of lords, I lift your name above it all. I lift your name above it. In the valleys, Jesus is the name that I call. When the devil comes to steal my joy, Jesus. Whatever I make, he destroys. Jesus. When the sickness wanna put you to sleep, Jesus. When he put you in a hole so deep, Jesus. Ediba kuna suchindina, sedinu ni Yesu Kristo. Ediwe dia desindina, Yesu Kristo, Yesu Kristo.
Okay, me boss or embo. It's muted. Me didn't hear. Debbie, new one no deba. No, I sister said we had it on. I wanted to play it, but it said I don't know. No problem. Alright,